had engulfed us, even after all this time, every moment of every day. A million yottabytes of data humming with static in our atoms and cells and breath. We're living inside a corpse, I told Luz, as she plunked acorns into a basket. The cloud is a corpse. It's not a corpse, she said. It's just history. Actually, she said, don't be stupid, Minnie. So a few nights later, I stood up during a meeting and said, what if history is the corpse of the god we used to worship? I talked like Server sometimes, to make the others afraid. My mother thought there was something missing in me. Some essential lack, she said. Server told me that causation operates identically in both directions, and that she obeyed the laws of physics, but not of chronology. Something like that. She was sick in the head. All Twitches were sick in the head. The second skins that had kept them alive through the end of the world for 100 years or whatever, the technology that preserved their bodies also poisoned their minds. Server had served, the community for a long time. She'd built this town over generations, but now she was missing something essential. She always treated me gently, though, like a kindred spirit. Or a co-conspirator. The Twitches were finally dying after a long decay. Like a lingering illness, my father told me, that had lasted his entire lifetime. Server isn't dying, I said. Not yet, he said. But she's slowing down. He lowered his voice and said, losing her grip. As the Twitches dwindled, travel between settlements increased. We started seeing 1 or 2 people every few years, 1 or 2 groups. They usually shied away from our town, though they always left offerings behind. To help us build the lamp stack, Dimitri said. To appease Server, I said. Early that spring, a wagon stopped a day's journey away and waited for us to make contact. When we did, they shared food and gifts. They called themselves pioneers in a slowly syrupy accent that took everyone else a few days to understand. Not me. Accents were just another kind of pattern. The pioneers were 3 mothers, 2 fathers, a handful of grandparents, a mess of kids, and a baby named VK. Their wagon was drawn by water buffalo that looked like myths. Luz fell in love with the curved, horrible horns and booming chests and placid eyes. She said they reminded her of Dimitri. We invited them into our tents, and they told us about a town called Isabella, where 1,000 librarians recreated the encyclopedia pages that flickered onto a screen scavenged from a smart fridge, which technicians powered with generators remagnetized or respooled from alternators. I didn't understand any of that, but I thrilled to the thought of peeking through spy holes at lightning strikes of history. The pioneers talked about a land bridge. They talked about a mass wedding. One grandfather carved pictures into flat panel displays. He carved the twins, Tracy and Liam, on opposite sides of a single surface, so when you looked through, you saw them both at once. Except it wasn't Tracy and Liam. It was Server and me. The pioneers wanted to trade a buffalo calf and aluminum foil for safe passage and sweet orange preserves for the children. What about VK? I asked. He's too young for preserves. A mother stroked the baby's back. What do you think he'd like? A toy, I said, for when he's old enough. She looked at the tokens I'd prepared. One of those? No, I said, and Server drifted into place behind me. The pioneers fell silent at the chilling proximity of a twitch.